Hi everybody, it's me, Kobe, and I'm back with another video on my journey to AA school. Right now I'm sitting in my office. I changed part of my home to my office space, my beauty lab actually. So anyway, I am apologizing up front for the videos not being very formal, lighting, or whatever the case may be. I'm new to this, and I'll grow as I go, I'm sure. Turn on the AC. Okay, so I want to start by saying that in my last video, someone sent me a comment. Someone posted a comment about a different school that costs less, because my big gripe was that I'm spending a lot of money for these classes, like $1,600 a piece for 8-week classes, but they were worth it. So he told me about this school called Portage, and I went over and checked it out, and I decided to give it a try. I withdrew from my biochem course at Doane and enrolled at Portage, where the course was $597. Nothing extra. So Portage allows you to take courses, and there were some other courses like the chemistry 1 and 2 with the lab. They're at Portage for cheaper, like $500 as opposed to $600, $1,600 at Doane. So they proctor tests, but they use a different program, which is no big deal. I had to get online with someone from Portage to figure it out. But I did. So anyway, Portage is a kind of go at your own pace program. They only unlock courses 1 week at a time, but after that 8-week period, all those courses are open, and you have all of those assignments are open, and you have a year to complete. Well, of course, I'm not waiting a year. I'm going to get mine done in the 8 weeks. So I'll have labs and smaller assignments. It's less work than Doane, but it's hard. It's not easy at all. So like on my first test with Portage, I made a 57. And well, a 57 on the Q&A, and then after my essays were answered, the score was like a 70. So that's really hard to bring up. I want 3.5 minimum in all of my courses, and so far I'm getting that. Last semester, same thing happened with my biology course. I made an actual 50 on the first test, 50, period. And I had to bring that up. I think I ended up with like a 91 in the class, but I was traumatized, like 50. And so this time I'm traumatized again, 57. What am I gonna do? Anyway, so right now, I'm in week 4, and I've bought that course up to an 87.7. So I can't say it's anything to do with Portage, because the study materials are great, and I wish that I had, found out about Portage before, and I could have saved myself quite a bit of money. $1,666, $597. Yeah, $1,666 plus books and supplies. $597. That's books and supplies. Okay. So, but they don't have all of the courses that I need to take at Portage. Yeah. All right. So anyway, the grading scale is 4.0, just like at Doane. And they use that. You have to have a 2.7, I think, for the school that I want to attend. 2.75, I believe it is. Now, what I found out along the way, doing research, is they use your overall GPA. The school is more concerned with how well you did in the prereqs. However, they must use your entire score. Entire GPA, your overall GPA from every school that you've attended. And then in addition to that, I met this wonderful woman named Candy here in Jacksonville at the Jacksonville campus. And this is a Jacksonville campus for Nova Southeastern University. So Candy explained to me, because she's the CASAA expert, and CASAA is a program that you have to use in order to apply for any medical school program. You need to go through CASAA to make applications. So anyway, CASAA records your scores differently, so it's going to be a little lower each time. So if you didn't do so well when you were in college earlier, like me, like I was on the president's list and the dean's list, but that was as I got older. When I was younger, I was just messing around. I wasn't taking it seriously. So that brings my GPA down, my overall GPA down, right? So that's something to keep in mind. I made a list of stuff that I need to talk about today. Let me see what else. Okay, so let's talk about this application for the program. It's not as simple as how we apply for school for our undergrad degrees at all. You have to write an essay. I actually have to write 2 essays. One of them is on a journal, a medical journal in anesthesiology, and the other is a personal essay where you talk about your life and how you stand out and why the university should choose you for this program and what you've done along the way that's related to this program and what qualifies you. So you really have to take those essays seriously, like super seriously. There's no APA and MLA involved, of course, but your diction, your grammar, it's got to be on point, and nowadays we don't use those little grammar books anymore, if anybody knows what I'm talking about, because you're in my age group. The younger people don't get those grammar books. They don't teach it. But the universities really pay attention to that. Okay, so that's one thing. And application deadline is in December. I don't know the date because I plan to do it before December. As a matter of fact, this is September. It's my birthday weekend, y'all. Tuesday, I'll be, September 14th, I'll turn 49. And I'm changing careers. And it's scary, it is. But at any rate, it's important that, for me, that I apply early so that I'll know, what my 2022 is going to look like. So I don't want to wait until January, and I'm hoping I can get an early interview and an early acceptance into the program. And then I can, kind of situate myself from there. I don't want to wait till the last minute. In addition to that, that's when everybody's trying to rush and drop their applications and things like that. And I'm usually ahead of time, ahead of schedule. Just on time for me is early. The exact time is late. So that's me. Don't judge me. I won't judge you. All right. Enough of that. Let's see what else. Okay. Part of the application requires observations. And I don't know where you are, but here in my area, Jacksonville, North Florida, I can't get into any of the hospitals. And according to my counselor, the school really wants you to do your observation hours in a hospital. Well, I can't get in. The hospitals are just not having it. I thought I squeezed in one time. Got hooked up with, there's an anesthesiologist across the street from me who just retired. And he connected me with another doctor at St. Vincent's Hospital. And I was in, and then I wasn't in, because of COVID. So my line sister, Delta Sigma Theta. Ooh. Okay, so my line sister is an anesthesiologist. And so I'm going to travel to Georgia and do observations with her. But her observations will not be my observations with her won't be in the hospital. She does pediatric dental anesthesiology, and she has 2 offices. Awesome. I run work with kids, so it's an experience that I really want. I don't know what type of weight it's going to carry with the university as far as the application is concerned, but hopefully they'll see that I tried something. I got in something somewhere. And it just so happens that on my Instagram page, I am following some pediatric anesthesiology pages. So that'll work for me. At any rate, I think that it's important that because I've spent time at Doane, that I give some information about how the testing and grading goes there. And so I'll jump into that now. For my chemistry, which was so notable for me, chemistry 1 and 2, I had Dr. Capps. He was excellent. Like, he did a great job. He was fair. I turned in something late one time, and he was like, Kobe, I ain't giving points for that. You can't go back. The next time, there was a problem with videoing, and he said, okay, I'll do it this time. I'm going to give you partial credit. Next time, you won't get any credit. And it was fair. It's the rules. At Doane, unlike Portage, your classmates, because they have you do this introduction before every class, so classmates get to see your video and give you some feedback and stuff like that. It's part of a grade, so you have to give feedback. But at any rate, it helps us to interact. And always, someone forms a group me for all of the students and invites all of the students into the group me for that semester, for that course. And we get to discuss things there and share information as best we can, about problems we're having with the computer system, or the lab is a drag. People say all kinds of stuff in there. I am more of an observer than anything when it comes to these groups, because I'm always cognizant that somebody can screenshot and send it to an instructor. But there are people in there who just don't care. Like, we had this, the instructor I had for biology she was terrible. I wish I could recall her name. She was just bad. Her grading was off. So it was a struggle in her class. But in the group me, everybody struggled with her. She wouldn't give grades. She wouldn't give answers, correct answers. If you think this answer is right and she's marked it wrong, she doesn't tell you why it's wrong. Oh, gosh, I wish I could say her name. I really want you to know her name. I should have written that down, but I didn't. Anyway, so then also in my research, I found that a lot of people are using their iPads. They're connecting the iPads to the laptops. And it helps quite a bit with taking notes and things like that. So I'm learning how to use these because I see that going on a lot in the schools. So I want to be prepared if I'm in that situation. Also, I've decided that it's important to network. And I learned that from talking to a girl who applied several times and didn't get in. And she was a science major. First time, she hadn't been to school in 5 years. She graduated 5 years prior. So the school said, no, you haven't been in school long enough. Recently, so we don't know, how well you're going to do. So she had to go and take courses. And she had to find upper level science courses, which was really hard for her to do. Because the prereqs that are required, which is what she had already mastered, taken in undergrad, were just about max for what was required. So that was difficult for her. And she applied and she got turned down again. Each time was for a different reason, But then the school said, hey, there's determination here, so we're going to let you in. But it wasn't until she started networking with people at the school, at different events, and things like that. And they said, hey, we're going to give her a try. Excuse me. So I think networking is really important when it comes to trying to get in. I've been hearing from the beginning that it's really tough to get in. It's super competitive to get in. And now I'm talking to this young lady, and I understand completely why. There's another thing she told me is the people who didn't take anatomy and physiology before going into the program really struggled in the beginning, because in the beginning You're taking anatomy and physiology. So now I don't have anatomy and physiology. So that I don't struggle too much, what I've decided to do is take courses on YouTube. Watch a lot of videos on YouTube for anatomy and physiology. Of course, some of it kind of runs into things that I've already taken, but this is my way to familiarize myself so that I'm not having a hard time. She said there were 4 people in her class who hadn't taken it, and all 4 struggled. 1 dropped. I know you don't plan on dropping. And I'm not dropping either. So we're going to prepare ourselves. Okay. So I think I've gone through just about everything that I wanted to talk about in this video. Next video, I'm actually going to give a review on my professors for Doane and how my how things have gone in at Portage for the biochem course. But honestly, I wish that I had saved that kind of money, just knowing about. So I hope this helps someone. There are other schools out there. I don't know if Portage is the only one that offers these classes for cheaper in the 8-week program. Okay. Happy trails, everyone. And I wish you all much success. Let's get in there and get it done. Let's trailblaze. All right. Bye.